So our final guest speaker is George Egg. Every year at the Henry Hawkins Lecture, we invite someone from the arts in its broadest sense to give a different learning perspective on our lecture theme of that year. In past years, we've had musicians, poets, and even a choir. And this evening, we are lucky to have George. We know how important diet is to our physical and mental well-being. And George is a comedian who cooks. He's an award-winning, multi-sellout, international touring performer who delights his audience with a performance of cooking with laughs and doesn't use a kitchen, of which I'm really interested. And I'm so interested, and I've been kind of a bit distracted by what's behind me. So please, can we give a warm welcome to George?
Thank you. Thanks very much. Hello. Hi, everybody. I've got to set a few things up, so forgive me if I know. It's. Oh no, you're all right there. It's all fine. You might have noticed, by the way, folks, I've got the tear ducts have been activated in my eyes. I'm not feeling emotional. It's not hay fever. A bit of advice. You know that thing where you put slices of cucumber on your eyes to refresh them? It doesn't work with gherkins. So. That's what that's about. Anyway, look, I've got to get these things ready. Now, Jonathan and Claire actually covered all the things that I wanted to cover. So instead, what I thought I would do is I would do a demonstration that I think illustrates the importance of creativity, experimentation, perhaps even a little bit of mild anarchy in giving you, being good for your mental health. And the way I'm going to do that is by cooking a meal using power tools. So that's what we're going to do. But before I start, just to warm you all up, because this is the kind of more sort of light-hearted part of the proceedings. What I thought I'd do, before I start, I thought I would teach you something to take away with you. I thought I'd teach you a food-based and ingredients-based prank that you can play on your friends who aren't here. Sound like fun? Does that sound like fun? Yes, okay. Okay, quick question first of all. Has anybody here got a litter tray, a cat litter tray? Yep, good. By which I mean have you got cats as well, not a personal one, Not a bad idea though. Expensive water bills, get rid of the toilet litter tray in the corner of the bedroom. No. What you need to do, you need to go down to the shops and you need to buy some of this Soreen malt loaf. You all aware of that? Yeah, £1.60 a block in Asda, very good value. Incidentally, I always thought that malt loaf would be a very good name for a meatloaf tribute band. I'd go and watch them. So what you do, this is the practical. You go into the room where the cat litter tray is with the malt loaf. You open it up. All right, it looks like this. It's fruity. It's good stuff. And you carefully pinch off 3 clumps. 1, 2, 3. They want to be a similar size, not exactly the same size, but close enough. And then you form the lumps into little balls. So you warm them between the fingertips like that. Roll them between the palms to make 3 little. Some of you are ahead of me, aren't you? But I'm going to do it anyway. So there we go. It's like a little project, isn't it? Like a lockdown project. And then what you do is you press the balls together in a line, like the carriages of a train. I'll do it behind my back till it's ready. And you can make, brace yourselves, an incredibly realistic cat poo. Look at that. You see that? The colour's right, the finish. Look how the lights dance off the surface. And you can even pinch the end like that. So it looks like it's been nipped off. And then what you do is you didn't think it was going to be like this, did you? Then you put it on the ground next to the litter tray, so I'll just put it here on the carpet, and that's it. That's all the preparation done. Here's the trick. Here's the prank. You come back later with your friend, your victim, your mark, if we're using the correct hustle language. You see it on the ground like that, and you go, "Oh, I don't believe it. He's missed. How embarrassing. I do apologise." And you have a look around for something to pick it up with, which you make sure isn't there, like a tissue or a plastic bag. You haven't got any of those. So you go over to it like this, gingerly bend down. Pick it up with your fingertips, yeah? And I know a lot of you are thinking, he's not going to eat it, is he? And you're right, I'm not going to eat it. I'll tell you why, it would be too disgusting and therefore too obvious. They'd instantly know it was a trick. So you've got to be more subtle. So what you do is you go over to the bin with it like this. You drop it in the bin. And when you've done that, you just... Good. And there's people in here who are going to do that over the next few days, aren't there? I must stress, very important, if you do, please make sure it's the same one you put there earlier. Don't want to make that mistake again. And if you do decide to do this, and I think some of you will, there's enough in one of those blocks for about 20 cats. So represents very good value. 4 dogs, yeah. 2 big dogs. So what am I going to do? I'm going to cook. That's what I'm going to do. I've got 20 minutes exactly to do this in. I'm going to cook a plate of food for you. I've got ingredients here. I've got, as I say, I've got power tools. And the dish I'm going to make is kippers and eggs and sourdough croutons. Who doesn't like kippers and eggs and sourdough croutons, eh? Some of you. All right, fair enough. But I'll do it anyway. So look, so as I say, this is all about kind of, this is about expanding your knowledge and being active and cooking, and it's all good for. So what I've got some slightly stale ciabatta sourdough here, which I'm going to cube up for the croutons, but we're going to do those in a bit. We want that to dry out a tiny bit, and we're going to get on with the kippers and the eggs. So I've prepared things in advance because I've got to get. This is egg for those of you who've forgotten. What I've done with the egg, I've put the egg in a little Ziploc bag. Can you see that? That's been pre-seasoned, lightly oiled. That goes on this tray here, like this. Now, I realise the sight lines aren't ideal. I'm higher up than you. I've got a mirror here. I can hold this up like, look. So, does that work? You can see it, yeah? Is that good? So we've got the egg in the bag. The kipper, that's been similarly sheathed in another of these little bags. That's got a little bit of chili pickle in there, right, with a bit of heat here in Norwich. Sophisticated palates, yeah? So we put that on the trays. Obviously, you are going to want to recreate these recipes when you get back to your own sheds and workshops. So I will explain everything I'm using here. These are the bags, for example. I said Ziploc. I should have said press seal. They're the sort that kind of snap together and then you peel them open like that and they make a pretty watertight fastening. Very easy to get hold of these as well. Sort of thing you would get if you were to buy earrings from a cupboard market. Yeah, or depending on the circles you move in. Drugs. So, good. So what we're going to do, we're going to poach the kippers and eggs with power tool number 1. It's down there hissing away. You can see it steaming. Is it going to get the applause it deserves as I introduce it? Of course it is, folks, because it's only an Energer EN484 steam wallpaper stripper. Let's hear it. There we go. Look at that. Look, it's like being in church. Sanctimonium. So what we do, we take I think they're enjoying it. Then what we do, we take... Oh my goodness, we take the paddle of the wallpaper stripper, just remind you what we've got, there you go, there's the eggs and the kip, and we take the paddle, we put it over the top of the bags of ingredients, underneath the bungees, and then the bungees crisscross on top, pressing down, so the steam circulates around, thus poaching the contents of the bags to perfection. By the way, this is actually happening. It's in a dream, it's all real. Actually, it's not. Actually, you've all got a new strain of coronavirus. You're in hospital. This is a coma. Might be, mightn't it? Okay, for those of you who lead a sheltered middle-class existence and don't understand what I'm talking about when I say tools or work, I'll explain exactly how the various appliances function. As I say, this is a wallpaper stripper. Down here is the main chamber. It's like a big kettle. It's got water in there. That heats up, creates steam, which travels up the hose to the paddle. And if one were using it conventionally, you would hold the paddle against the wall. It would loosen the wallpaper paste. You'd have one of these scrape. And incidentally, did you know that wallpaper paste is edible? I'd imagine. And what it does is it relaxes it. It makes it return to liquid form and you scrape it off. And what I think is interesting, folks, is this one here. This is the original one from our house when we first moved in many years ago, yeah? And we were at the time, we moved into an old Victorian property, and we were watching a lot of horror films at the time, and we were renovating it, and we were worried that we were going to find writing behind the wallpaper. It's a horror film cliche. You're nodding there. It's in a lot of it's in Women in Black. You've seen that? Daniel Radcliffe in the haunted house, and he starts peeling the wallpaper, and he sees writing behind, and he thinks, let's investigate, and he starts tearing it, and it's all over the floor, mess everywhere, big scary writing on the wall in Women in Black. I think it said something like, "You could have saved him." And it was all really like that. What I think would have been nicer is if he'd seen something behind, started tearing, stuff everywhere, all over the floor, mess, and in big writing, it should have said, "Please don't peel off the wallpaper." Would have been better, wouldn't it? And a respite from the horror. I was terrified. So, other things you can do if you've got one of these. It is all good mental health, I think, is about sort of thinking outside the box, thinking because basically this is a wallpaper stripper. I'm not using it as a wallpaper stripper, so I'm kind of using my imagination. What else can you do with it? This is a good fun one. If you find yourselves on a stag night, or a stag weekend, even better, what you do is you get hold of one of these, you put it in a big box, wrap it up in fancy paper, give it to the groom-to-be, and when you do, you say, Tony, we got you a stripper. He'll say, it's more of a cottage and board games weekend. Didn't you read the invite? He'll open it and go, oh, very clever. Also, look, if I lean over this, very good for deep exfoliating facials. Yeah? The condition of my skin since I started doing, I'm 80. It's quite something. Oh, is it hot on here or is it me? It is hot. It's hot under. It's hot. It's cold out there. It's hot. I don't mind the weather. We've got to do the croutons. I don't mind the weather cooling down. I'm not a big fan of the hot weather. What I don't like, that egg's done already. It doesn't take long. We'll give the kipper a bit longer. What I don't like is in the summer. This is a problem that I've come up with a solution to the problem as well. I think you'll empathise with it. It's when you go to the supermarket on a hot summer's day, and it's not until you're there that you realise you are underdressed for the occasion. Yeah? You forget they keep the supermarket cool because of all the fresh produce. So you're in there wearing T-shirt, flip-flop, shorts, going, I'm too chilly, can't focus. That's a problem. Here's my solution, all right? A lot of the larger supermarkets have got hot rotisserie chicken counters with the chickens and the ham hocks and the sausages. What you do is you go up to the chicken counter, you ask for a large roast chicken, you get them to double bag it, and then you can carry it around like a hot water bottle, and it keeps you warm, and you can focus on, and there's no obligation to buy it either. So when you get to the checkout, you can just shove it in amongst the chocolate bars, and through you go. And if you think about it, a couple of hours later, someone's going to be rummaging around looking for a Twix, they're going to find it, and they're going to go, oh, I needed a chicken. So sort of providing a service, really, aren't you? Oh, this summer, look, the kipper's done. You're done. This summer, we went to the south of France, yeah? That was very nice. And that's where you encounter the opposite problem to the one I've just described. So you'll be in the supermarket in France going, this is ridiculous. Even the air conditioning's not dealing with the problem. I'm way too hot. I'm wearing a vest and espadrilles and Speedos. I can't. What you do in that scenario, the opposite, you go to the freezer section, all right? You get a big bag of petit pois, yeah? Or whatever it is they call them, and then you shove them up your T-shirt and it keeps you cool. And if it's one of those enormous hypermarkets and you're worried about getting lost, you can just cut the corner off the bag and retrace your steps by following the trail of old French people who slipped over. Good, So look, the kippers and the eggs are done. We've got to do the croutons as well. I'm not just going to cook. This is about being imaginative. I'm not just going to do, kippers and eggs. We need to season it as well. Get a bit of salt on there, like that, a little bit like that from a height. Have you seen that guy online who does it like that? Whoa. Bet he's hard work, don't you? Oh, bit of pepper as well. And I'm going to dress this with some mayonnaise, but I'll tell you about that. I've got sachets. Look. Oh my goodness, I'm into my sachets. I've got mayonnaise here. Like that, and I've got a little Marmite from the hotel buffet. That's good. Tartar sauce, wasabi from the. Anyway, I tell you, very easy to get hold of these. I've got to do the crouton. How long have I got? I've got to do the. Let me just get the croutons started first. You having a good time, by the way? I'm having such a good time. I don't remember the last time I had such a good time. So look, to do the croutons, I've got a little shovel here like that. The bread there, that's dried out a bit now. I'm gonna lightly oil these. I've hidden in here some extra virgin olive oil. Very nice. So we'll just get that on there like that. And then these are going to be toasted with power tool number 2. It's down there. It's coming up here. Is it going to get the applause it deserves again? Of course it is, because it's only wait, I haven't said it yet. But thank you. It's a DeWalt DW360 hot air gun. Hey, look at that. There we go. Look, I want to ease it through there. I don't want to knock my sachets over. So we'll get this. Look, there it is. And that. Yeah? Go minus, plus. Where do you think we put the arrow? All the way to the plus. Yeah, exactly. And round about the middle. No, you want it hot because it's not. This is hot, but it's not ridiculous. It's like a blowtorch. They're very popular in the kitchen. But, use you do that with a blowtorch. Oh, my goodness, it'd be awful. But this is hot, but it's not crazy. It will toast, it won't burn. It's like, it's like a very hot hairdryer, yeah? Don't use it on your hair, you know. That's how this happened. You as well. Good, so while we toast, I'll tell you about the sachets. That's what I was going to tell you about. So these sachets, these ones I got from, I don't know how well traveled you are, but I got these ones from Motorway Services. If I were to say T-Bay Services, what sort of a noise would you make? Does anyone know about T-Bay Services? You know about it. Are you the only person here who knows about T-Bay Services? Does anyone else know about T-Bay? One person over there. You know about it. It feels like there aren't enough of you for this material to work. It's basically, how can I describe it? It's the nicest services, isn't it? It's in Cumbria. It's in the Lake District. Beautiful place, lovely, fantastic. It hasn't got like McDonald's or anything like that, has it? It's very middle class. It's got a butcher's in Motorway, like organic butchers. Yeah? Cheesemongers in Motorway Services. Here's how I would describe it, Madam T-Bay. It's the sort of services, it's in Cumbria, I told you. It's the sort of services that you want to engineer a stop at if you're going on holiday, isn't it? You go, we'll stop at T-Bay for lunch and then Here's how nice it is. I live in Brighton, yeah? Coming here today to Norwich, I stopped at T-Bay Services. That's how... Anyway, look. Let's toast these. Who's into cooking here? Show of hands. Genuinely, who's into cooking? A lot of you. If you are into cooking, seriously, absolutely serious, have a look where the tools are kept and see if you've got one of these. And if you have, I'm not kidding, put it in the kitchen. It is an invaluable tool in a culinary environment. Where might you use it? All right, example number one, you've cooked a lasagna, you've got it out of the oven, you've put a knife in, you've gone, the pasta's cooked, but the top isn't very brown, we're only having 2 portions, what are we going to do? Put it back? No, portions on the plates, DeWalt DW360, plug it in, fire it up, toast the tops, superb. Yeah? Bagels, shall we have bagels? Yeah, but don't put them in the toaster, they got stuck last time and the smoke alarm went off. Don't put them in the toaster, put them in a pan, toasty. Scallops, yeah? Minute on each side, bit of butter, caramelised, bit underdone in the middle, that's how you want them. Squeeze a lemon. Whoa. By the way, some of this is funny, some of it's just interesting. Just so you... I'll tell you what this is brilliant for. This is perfect. Perfect for doing nuts and seeds, which is very trendy, isn't it? Very zeitgeisty. You go to any cafe, bistro, have a salad, you'll have your toasted nuts and seeds. You can get your nuts and seeds from your local Whole Foods shop. I bet you there's a nice Whole Foods shop in Norwich. Is there? There's got to be. Maybe nobody knows. Maybe no one's from Norwich. There is. There we go. Thumbs up there. Is it it's a good one? It's nice. I tell you what I like about Whole Foods shops. They're a brilliant place where you can go and you can see how much food is going to cost in the future. That's why they... that much for an avocado, and you sleep at night, do you? Good for you. So look, these are done. It's nearly time to finish the dish. So thank you very much. So look, we're gonna finish this up with we're gonna put the croutons on the plate. You see they're beautifully. Can you hear that? They're beautifully. I'll put the mic near there. They're beautifully toasted. So we'll put those on. We want to make it look nice because some people might take photos of this for the old Instagram. You know. Is anybody on Instagram here? Anybody follow me on Instagram? No. All right. I'll just one at the back there. Thank you. Well done. I do these videos called Snack Hacker. I've got a book as well, folks. I would have brought... It's a Sunday... Oh, my goodness. It's a Sunday Times bestseller, my book. I know. It's called The Snack Hacker. I've only got one copy with me, so you'll have to fight over it. But I was going to sell them up there, but I've sold out of all my copies. But if you are interested, that's my cookbook, and it's called The Snack Hacker, and it's got lots of recipes in there and lots of positive vibes and all kind of, talking about growing up. Anyway, look, I've got off subject here. Doing a little plug there, a little plug socket. Anyway, look, we're nearly finished. So what we're going to do with that, we're going to finish it with the mayonnaise. I said we're going to have some mayonnaise, nice little bit of that. So what we do, we take the sachet like this, we cut the corner off like that, we put it here, we see how far it goes. No, of course not on the mare. So we do just a little, imagine that. And he got the mare right in the eye. But awful, wouldn't it? I'm not going to, don't worry. And then we'll just do a little bit more. It's all blobs these days, isn't it? Who's into their kind of cookery programs like MasterChef and, Great British Menu? You like all that? A few years ago, if someone was putting sauce on a plate, it was like that, wasn't it? And then like that, slide in, then sauce, and then way, like that. So now it's blobs. I don't make the rules. I don't abide by them, do I? Anyway, so look, we're just a few more blobs of mayonnaise, and then we finish it with just a tiny bit of, I've got some pumpkin seed oil that I've hidden in a glue bottle there, which looks nice, and it's tasty. Looks very pretty, goes green. And then we're going to finish this off, last thing, before I leave you, I'm going to finish it off with some parsley. I've got a pot of parsley there, you might have noticed. Main reason I'm using the parsley, I hate the idea that people will come and see what I do up here, this demonstration, and they'll go, well, it was very interesting. It was all about positive mental health. It was all about being experimental. It was all about being creative and thinking divergently. And it was a bit like a comedy show, but it was a bit like a cookery demonstration. And I left afterwards feeling inspired, but also informed. However, that dish you did really could have done with some parsley, couldn't it? So we want to cover all the eventualities. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, folks and everyone else, I will just get the mirror, hold it up for one final time to show you the dish that I have cooked in front of you. Kippers eggs and sourdough croutons cooked with power tools. There it is. Yay! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And if I put it there like that and do that, then the smells should waft. Before I leave you, everybody, smell is interesting. There's a lot of talk about science and everything else here this afternoon. Smell is the sense that lasts longest in the memory. Did you know that? Of the five senses, sight, blah blah blah. Smell is the one that locks in and kind of you could be like retired, yeah, and you could be, you forget the names of your grandchildren and everything else, and then you smell something that reminds you of your childhood. And the memories come flooding back. Amazing. Yeah, different ones for different people. This is one for me. Might be for some of you, might not be for all of you. It's the smell when you peel open a brand new tube of tennis balls. Yeah? Is that for anyone else? Put your nose in, inhale deeply. It's a smell that says, you've got this, go for it, world's your oyster. Yeah, not tennis balls, Pringles, that's it. Thank you very much. My name's George Egg. Have a good afternoon. All the best. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know what to say to follow that really, but George, I have one question. We don't have time for question and answers to George, but so the tool that you use to crisp your croutons,
yes.
What is it used for generally in the DIY world?
Paint stripping, I think.
That is still paint stripping?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So yes, that's for wallpaper stripping. That's it. So like if you use a blowtorch, you can burn the wood, whereas, yeah, that's a bit, as I say, a bit more gentle heat, and it will kind of make paint bubble up. And
I'm going to get one of those.
But far better in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one for the kitchen, because I hate doing all that grilling and stuff. I just burn it.
And it looks cool.
And it looks cool. Anyway, another big hand for George. That was just brilliant. Thank you.